Hey guys, this is Laufie, and today is going to be a bit of a shorter video because I just wanted to bring you a small handful of Blue Protocol news because quite frankly I've been starved for Blue Protocol content, and there have been these two pieces of news. Well, they're not official news, but they're basically leaks that have been circulating around. People have been talking about them for the past couple days. I've gotten a lot of messages and a lot of questions about it, so I wanted to look into it myself and kind of make a video about it, just letting you know if you didn't know about it, and if you did, give you some of my thoughts about what I think about these leaks. So let's start with the good ones. So as you may already know, at the moment there are 5 known classes in Blue Protocol that were playable in the network test. However, recently the Japanese official website for Blue Protocol posted a screenshot in a play guide section that mistakenly featured a 6th class icon. If you don't know what we're looking at here, this is basically the final in-game screen after you've customized your character that lets you select your class. And people have noticed this icon down here that wasn't around in the network test. Many people, myself included, speculate that this is a glaive-wielding class or a lance-wielding class because of the shape of the icon, as well as something I mentioned earlier in one of my Blue Protocol videos. The main hub city has a weapon merchant where you can buy the basic weapons for all 5 classes. However, despite the weapon rack behind the NPC displaying the weapons for all the currently known classes, it also features pistols and a glaive. This, coupled with the fact that there are 2 major story NPCs who wield this weapon, lead to heavy speculation that those might be the classes that are the closest to being finalized in development. This is very exciting to me because if this actually is a glaive class, that means the weapon rack behind the NPC wasn't just copium, and maybe all the weapons on display will eventually be added as playable classes to the game, which means we may get a gun-based class sooner than I expected. From the very beginning, I said that I want a pistol class in Blue Protocol, and any class I quote main at the time is just a gun class waiting room for me. I will put a link to the leaked image in the description. And now let's move over onto something a little bit less exciting, but more concerning for me personally, and I want to welcome discussion about this. Let me know what you think. I asked my chat when I was streaming. I thought about it myself before making this video to kind of settle on what kind of opinion and what side I want to take. I will present you with my thoughts and opinions about this after I present you with the information, but I do want to hear what you think about this and how this makes you feel. So let's get into it. What's going on? Well, on the official Western website this time, if you scroll down and clicked on Twin Striker in the classes section, this bottom image looks pretty normal, right? And that's because it's been replaced. Prior to this, the image looked like this. This leak potentially hints at an upcoming announcement of founder packs for the Western version, which I don't have a problem with inherently, but the part of this that concerns me is a head start that is a whopping 1 week long. If you've been browsing around Blue Protocol content and soaking in opinions from people who got to play in the network test, there's a pretty common complaint about how grindy the leveling felt. With the low drop rates and farming for a weapon alongside limited sources of silver to craft that weapon. We don't know how it looks like beyond level 20, as that was the level cap in a network test, but 7 days? The concept of founder packs doesn't really bother me. Some exclusive titles, skins, perks, freemium benefits, a mount maybe, that only looks cool for about a month into the game, at which point you just look like someone with a store-bought mount on WoW. Nothing inherently bad about it. Guaranteed access to betas or alphas? Alright, I'll buy. Head start though is the part I never liked, in any game. Especially in games like Arcade that had a finite resource like land. The players who wanted to own houses basically had to buy the Head Start packs, which can get locked behind pretty high price points. Now, whatever this founder pack will be worth, I'll be buying it, because I want to stream the game as early as I can. But from a perspective of an average player, not a streamer, I think Head Start is just a frustrating concept. It doesn't just monetize the hype of a new game, but it monetizes the fear of missing out before the game has even come out. Not that many people got the chance to play the network test, and even then we only got to experience a very closed off part of the game, so most players won't even know what they will be getting into with Blue Protocol. But 7 days is a ridiculously high number of days for a head start. I don't remember a different game that had a head start that was as long as this. Typically, they're about 2 to 3 days long. If it were up to me, Head Start wouldn't even be a thing in the first place. But it's one of those things that's been normalized because everyone does it. And poor MMORPG fans have been eating that shit up, so companies get to get away with it. Lost Ark got a 3-day head start, which I already thought was pushing it a little, but a head start that gives someone an entire week to get started in a seemingly grindy game is kind of a ridiculous concept to me, especially considering the fact that, like I said, most people who will be getting FOMO from this won't even know what Blue Protocol really is all about in the first place. I feel that a head start this big forces players into either buying it just so they don't miss out, or bitterly accepting that they may be starting the game off at a disadvantage that might be pretty sizable. Despite me thinking that the concept of a head start shouldn't exist in the first place, considering that it's pretty much an industry standard at this point, I just really hope that the amount of time for this head start will be reduced. And there you go. Let me know what your speculations are about the class leak, and let me know how the 7-day head start makes you feel about Blue Protocol now that you've heard my thoughts and my stances on it. If you're new here, my name's Laufie. I am an MMORPG enjoyer. I cover a lot of MMORPGs, even though right now Lost Ark is my main game. I'm mostly active on Twitch streaming it, but I will be streaming Blue Protocol in the future whenever I have access to any kinds of servers, whether it's Japanese or NA ones or closed beta or whatever it is. So come hang out, come say hello at twitch.tv/LaufieLOL, and I will see you in the next one.